Hi everyone and welcome to this very special video because today I will be collaborating with my friend Tommy from ActiveContext and we will be doing a top 5 horror movie sequel video. So I will let him speak first.
Hi, this is Tommy from ActiveContext.net. I'm here today with my first collaboration with Sarah of Horror, and today I'm gonna pick my top 5 choices for sequels, which is for kind of horror movies. There are a ton of other movies that are really great sequels, and a ton of movies that are horrible sequels. But I will start with this one, and I'll go through this fairly quick, so we don't make too much video of it. For number 5, I will go with Waxwork 2, Lost in Time, which is, I think both of these are really good, but I really like the second one. There are some amazing characters in it, and I think that it has a pretty cool ending as well. For my number 4 pick, I'll go with Poltergeist 2, which is uh, not better than the first, but it's really good and it's really different from the first. For the first time, we get to get these whatever that kind of priest is called. He's kind of scary character, really scary character, and I haven't seen this in a long time. But this is really good as well. And then we have, for my number 3 place, we have Jaws 2, which is, well, again, not as good as the first movie, but still really good in my opinion. And my wife actually thinks this is the better one of the two. I don't really agree with that, but this is a really good one. For my number 2 spot today, I will pick Demons 2, which I actually think is better than the first one. At least that is how I remember it. And they are very similar, these movies, in some sense, but they're also, I feel like the Demons 2 are more modern, so to speak. I don't think that they it's a year between them, so I don't think it's very much difference in that sense. But I will pick Demons 2, and I won't explain it any further. My number 1 pick, I don't actually have a physical DVD or Blu-ray, at least not that I can find. But for my number 1 spot today, I will pick this movie, Psycho 2, which is an amazing movie. Again, it's not as good as the original, of course, but it's an amazing movie. And when I rented this, no, I actually bought this on VHS back in the day. I really loved it. I watched this over and over again, and I guess that must have been the late 80s or something. I bought that, and I watched it over and over again. I bought the first, the second, and the third, I think, horribly expensive back in the day. But I watched them and I really loved them. But I don't have it, at least not that I can find. But that was my pick for the top 5 sequels in horror. And now I'm going back to you, Sarah. Thank you for this collaboration.
Thank you so much for the list, Tommy. It was great. You had some really good horror movie sequels on there. So let's move on to my list to not waste any time. So, my number 5, I took the ones I have in my collection. I mean, there are other really good ones, of course, but I just picked some from my collection. So, number 5. Here we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Yeah, I know I talked a lot about this one when I reviewed this one during my Texas Chainsaw Massacre month, and it is a really good sequel. And I do like that it is so different from the first one, but there's humor, kind of dark humor, and it is a really good sequel. So, number 5. Okay, moving on to number 4. I picked Friday the 13th Part 2. And I have it in this box. So let's see, here's Part 2. Okay, yes. I mean, it is a really good sequel. The kills are fun. There are lots of memorable characters, memorable moments, and Amy Steele, amazing final girl. So, I mean, this one was a no-brainer to have on my list. Okay. So, moving on to my number 3. Yes. This is one that a lot of people hate and love, especially the first one. But I picked for my number 3, Hostel Part 2. I really like the first Hostel, and I love the second part even more. Yeah, I love the concept. I just love the kills in this one. I love the kind of juxtapositions that the characters are going through, and just the end, really good, amazing. And Lauren German, she's so good in this one. I couldn't take my eyes off of her, and I'm glad she's in Lucifer now and other things. So, Hostel Part 2 is my number 3 pick. So we have the 2 last picks left. Let's get to it. So, number 2 on this list goes to Saw 2. Yeah. I'm a huge Saw fan. The first one is one of my favorite movies, but this one, I think it is just as good. I really love this one. I love the feeling, and it has some of my favorite traps in it, like the Venus flytrap, the glass cage trap, needle trap. I mean, oof, it has a lot of amazing traps and moments. And yeah, I just really, really love it. And look at this. Shiny. Yeah. Oh, it's even shiny here. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to number 1 on this list goes to Evil Dead 2. Yay! I actually prefer this one to the first one. I like the first Evil Dead, but this sequel is just wow. It is my favorite in the entire franchise. I just love the humor. I love Bruce Campbell. I love everything. All the effects. It's cheesy, but it's fun. It's amazing. Yeah. So this is a Polish edition, Martwe Zło 2. And I showed you this when I showed you all of my Evil Dead movies. But it looks like this. Yep. It's a nice edition. I bought it really cheap in Poland. But yeah, so my number 1 pick is Evil Dead 2. As superior to all the horror movie sequels. So I think our video and our lists kind of show that, you can do a really good horror movie sequel. You can even do a sequel that is better than the first movie. I mean, you also have horror movie sequels that are just awful, that probably should have never been made, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching video. Thank you to Tommy for joining me and doing a collaboration. And also, please, I want you to tell us which horror movie sequels are your favorites and also which one are, the worst. So let us know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you will have an amazing weekend. Bye!